Insiders, and man, are we excited to be here today.
It's a party, baby!
What's going on, guys, and welcome to this very impromptu stream. We just decided that with everything going on, with the whole McMahon saga and everything like that, we just figured we'd come on, not going to stay long. We're just going to chat for a little bit about our thoughts on all of this McMahon stuff that's going on, and of course all the news that broke this morning. So yes, I just saw that. Of course, I was filling in Jeff because he didn't see the end of the show, but Brock Lesnar has returned, and yes, Brock Lesnar is going to wrestle Roman Reigns for both titles at SummerSlam. So just announced on WWE's Twitter, breaking news. And we got some other news about Sasha Banks, and there was clarification that Sasha is definitely, or has definitely been released from her contract from WWE. So that was confirmed. So a couple of pieces of news that we got through the night. So yes, we are here to talk about, and of course, we saw Vince tonight on SmackDown, and a little bit different than kind of what I was thinking we were going to see. So I'm not really too sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to say about it. I have my thoughts on it, but that's what we're here for. We'll just go over what we thought about the whole thing. So what's going on, Jeff? How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't complain.
Weird being here on a Friday.
Weird being here on Friday.
It is. It is.
But we got some thoughts and opinions. So
Yeah, hey, why not, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it was a huge topic all over the news, and including the major national headlines, news, CNN. It was on Wall Street Journal. So a lot of people talking about this. And thanks for everybody who shared it. I know we got some stuff from Conrad on our Facebook page, and other people shared it with us this morning. So yeah. Let's talk about that. I'll say hello to some people and we'll get right into it. Again, like I said, we're not going to stay very long. We're just going to get our thoughts out there and do that. So we got Jason Peace, James Grant. We got Azan is here. We have, who else? We've got Dylan is here. Shane is here. Rare Kitty Balloonicorn. I think that's the first time I was able to say that. That's usually Jeff and Jody's thing.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Khalid is here. We got Big Dan is here as the McMahon's turn. Yes. James Chadwick is here. We've got Normal Guy is here. Drippy Zam is here. Who else? Let's see. We've got Conrad. Speaking of Conrad, he's in the chat. We've got, I think that should be about it. Yeah, I think I got everybody. This is definitely a justified stream. Our favorite journalist was even on CNN talking about it. Oh, wow. He was on CNN. Good for him.
Yes, he was.
Good for him. All right. So Vince McMahon, as we all know, has stepped down from his position with all of the allegations that have been put out there against him. If you have not read up on it, the very quick abridged version is he was in a relationship with someone who obviously worked for WWE. I'm going to say allegedly worked because we are not here to accuse. We are not here to condemn. That is up to the board of directors and a bunch of lawyers and everybody else. So that is not why we are here tonight. So the accused there was an alleged relationship, and apparently to keep this woman quiet, there was money paid to her, and then it involved other people as well. John Laurinaitis was involved. My gosh, who's the other dude that we always make fun of as the producer of the show? I can't remember who's the producer of the show's name that Vince would never fire if he had the chance because of whatever happened. Thank you. Yes, Kevin Dunn was involved apparently. So there's a large portion of people that are involved here, and so Vince stepped down, which hit the news this morning, and then shortly after that, Stephanie was named the interim CEO of WWE. Now, the weird part, I think, is a little later on, and I texted Jeff this from work, was that Vince is still able to appear on television, and he's still able to keep his character. So he's still able to come out on TV in character, which I found a little bit odd. A little bit weird, normally when you see things like this, the shareholders kind of don't want that to happen. Azan said he's still in charge of creative. It's a little odd, a little weird. Usually when someone steps down, it's that's the end of that. But and then we got the announcement that said he was going to be on SmackDown tonight. So didn't know what to expect. Jeff and I spoke about it. Jeff, I don't know what were your, and I guess we'll share that first. What were your expectations of this, Jeff, before Vince showed up tonight? What do you think was going to happen?
I thought he was going to come out publicly and step down. That's what I thought was going to happen. Yeah. And obviously it was a pretty big detour from that.
I agree with you. I didn't think Vince McMahon was going to come out and apologize because that's not Vince. And obviously the shareholders may not have wanted him to do that either because then that admits guilt. So I didn't expect that. But like Jeff, I agree. I kind of thought that he would come down and publicly step down. Now, he wouldn't have claimed why, he would have just come out and said, you know, I've been with the company for years and years, kind of tell a little bit of his backstory as if people didn't know, and then kind of just say, and I've decided to step down. And then that would be it. We didn't get that at all. We got fanfare. We got the march to the ring that Vince usually does. We got no chance in hell. If you were listening, we got a lot of boos at the very start. And then we got cheers. And then they showed different people in the crowd. And some were booing and some were cheering. The boos were loud at the start. And then they kind of quieted down. And then Vince came in the ring. And basically, he read the theme of WWE. And then he said, and what's the last word? The last word is together. Together. So I didn't understand it. Because what is he saying there? And I want to get Jeff's opinion on this. And you guys can chime in too. To me, that sounds like almost that he wants the people to defend him. We're in this together kind of a thing, as if this person is accusing not just Vince, but all of them, everyone, and fans included. That's how I took it. Now, I might be wrong. That's just one man's opinion. That's kind of how I thought that came off. And, you know, I shared that on Twitter, and some people were saying, well, yeah, okay, he should be. And some people were saying that, you know, that some people saw it a different way. But I was completely, like Jeff said, called it a detour. And I was detoured by it. Not that I don't expect Vince to act a certain way, but I was really taken aback by that. It's cocky, and I texted Jeff an example. I'm a Dodgers fan, and I liken this to Trevor Bauer, the pitcher for the Dodgers, who is in a lot of trouble. And he, you know, tried to get everybody on his side, and this, you know, he was accused of different than Vince. So it's not the same situation. He was accused of abuse, of sexual abuse of two women. And he kind of tried to get everybody in social media on his side and kind of discredit everything that these women were and said. And I know that Vince didn't do that here, but I just didn't like that whole together thing. Like, what was that? We've never seen that from Vince, Jeff. We've never seen Vince come down and play a face. And that's kind of what he was doing. He's getting the crowd into it, and then he's saying, we're, you know, together, like, kind of saying like it's all of us. Vince never did that. Vince never gave a damn about the crowd. I mean, every now and then, the COVID thing. After COVID, he did. After COVID, he came out, but he wasn't really in character after COVID. That was a completely different story. What did you think of it, Jeff? Because I was really perplexed with this, and what I expected wasn't what we got. So, what did you think about it?
I thought it was unnecessary, if I'm being honest. I didn't really think that we needed to see or hear from him other than him saying, I'm stepping down. And he could have done that through a pre-recorded video or a statement. It didn't have to be live on SmackDown. You know, there's a lot of speculation that you can put out there, and, you know, that's up to you if you choose to do that. But me, I'm at the point where I think he just needs to step down. I think it's bogus that his version of stepping down is stepping down as CEO, but still in charge of creative and booking and your role backstage. That's not stepping down. That's just, you know, stepping out of one role, but focusing on the other. So But I thought tonight was unnecessary. I didn't need to see Vince McMahon tonight, if that's what he was going to do. And then the whole, like you said, the whole together thing, it was just weird. It was just um, a weird segment, it was just a weird vibe from him.
Yeah, it was. It was just. It was. I just didn't expect it. What I got, and
Right.
I was looking for something completely different. And just wasn't what I was expecting at all. And like I said, I mean, you guys can chime in too. Um, I mean, what was this? What you expected? Because maybe I'm completely off base. Maybe Jeff and I are off base
Yeah.
as to what everybody else thought this was going to be. You know, either Vince is trying to get fans to decide, or he's in a way saying, if I'm going down, we're all going down together. But I guess, James, if that's true, then I guess my question is that right? Is that the right thing to do? Should he be getting the fans to back him on this? To me, it's just all very wrong. I mean, you know, until this comes to light, again, innocent until proven guilty. And I'm not confirming anyone's guilt or anything like that. And Conrad saying, I thought it was tasteless. Maybe that's the good word. Yeah, it just didn't seem. I guess maybe a good word is yucky. It just kind of seemed like yuck, like
Yeah.
like cringy, maybe like
Like
a cringeworthy moment.
you felt the need to shower or to get clean
Yes.
after
Yeah.
that because it just felt so. I mean, I was debating on whether or not to use the word disgusting. Um, because honestly, again, this is a serious allegation.
Yeah.
Very serious. So why are you coming out there like bebopping around, and doing your whole, Mr. McMahon walk,
Yep.
and all this stuff is swirling around about you? I mean, you do not need to be seen, and that's the problem that I have with it, is that if you're going to be seen, make it about the right thing. Make it about taking ownership, saying, you know, while this is going on, I'm going to step away, let the results speak for themselves, that kind of something other than what he did. It was just, yeah, it was not cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, some people in the chat are saying it is Vince after all. Yeah. But, I think to myself, okay, this isn't Vince from 30 years ago. This is this is an older man who's being accused of a very serious thing. And again, I think you almost have to kind of think of the other person here a little bit. And without accusing or anything like that, but you almost have to kind of think of some of the other people that are involved in this. I mean, Vince was a married man. Apparently not anymore. That came out today too. But, and the woman, you have to think about that woman as well, and her life and what her life must have been like. Okay, getting paid. Oh well, we're going to pay you to be quiet. Yeah, it's just gross. And it was, James. It was weird. It was just really, really weird. And I didn't expect to have him come out crying. I didn't expect to have him come out and show remorse, because again, then you're admitting guilt. And so they're definitely not going to do that. And his lawyers, I'm sure he's got, $1 million lawyers that are probably telling him, don't do anything like that. But I really just expected different. and I don't know. I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. So, all right. So we'll move on. That's what we got. That's all we got. And then he left. Some people, like I said, I know I heard boos. Some people said they didn't. Some people said that he got mostly cheers. I heard the boos at the beginning. And they, of course, can drown stuff out with sound. So I think that things could have been maybe a little different in the arena. I would have liked to have heard from somebody at that live arena and what they heard, because I definitely heard boos when he came out. So there were both mixed reaction. There were cheers, but I heard boos as well. So Brad Shepard splattered that woman's name on Twitter. Well, that's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah. So let's move on, and let's get to the other piece of the puzzle, and let's get to Stephanie. So, Jeff, what did you think of Stephanie being named interim CEO? And the other thing, Jeff, I guess we have to look at here. Stephanie stepped away, and one of the things that people are wondering is, did she know what was coming? And was that the reason why Stephanie decided to take a leave of absence? Did she know maybe that there may have been something on the horizon? So,
the the older I get, the less I believe in coincidences. I think there's a lot going on that we'll never know the full story. So, I mean, I'm glad that she was named CEO, to be honest. I just feel like she's going to do a good job. I mean, let me just go ahead and say this and be completely transparent.
Yep.
I think Vince McMahon should step down and not come back. Like, I think he should be done until all of this is over. And whatever the results are, and then the fallout from there. But I don't think he should be around the company, period, until this is all investigated. Just my
Agreed.
opinion. But I'm glad that she's taken over for now.
Yeah. Listen, if there's anyone in the family that deserves it, it's Stephanie. Stephanie has built or helped to build their women's division up, and she ran the show for a while, a good while. She was a GM for a long time, and she's been around the business. If you watched, I watched her episode of WWE Evil, and you see a lot of what she did in her career, and a lot of what she studied behind the scenes. And so, yes, she does deserve the opportunity, and I'm glad that she's going to get it. Now, it's an interim role, so we don't know. Again, this is all what you guys, I think, have to realize is that this is all in the hands of lawyers and businessmen. Don't get your hopes up. And I saw a lot of that today. A lot of people are right away going to, oh, Stephanie's going to change things up. Stephanie's going to make things right. Stephanie's going to get back Sasha. She's going to get back Naomi. She's going to sign Bray back. She's going to change things. Just slow it down. Slow it down. She's not going to be able to make any decisions like that right away. So let's just take it. Let's just rein it in, because again, this is going to go on for a while. Whenever you have lawyers and CEOs and stockholders and all that kind of thing involved, there's not going to be much that's going to change right away. Okay, so let's just rein that in. It's going to take a long time. This could be in court for a long time. And so don't expect that things are going to be changing right away, because I don't think that'll happen. Maybe little subtle changes here and there. But one of the things everybody was saying, oh, she's going to bring Sasha back, and then we saw that Sasha was released. So, yeah, let's just rein that all in. I don't want to be a big downer, but that's just the truth. When things happen like this, you're not going to see wholesale changes right away from an interim CEO. You're just not. And that's just look at big business, look at companies that have done this before with stockholders and things like that. You don't see the next or the interim CEO come in and all of a sudden I'm going to change everything. That doesn't happen. So let's just rein that in a little bit and maybe lower your expectations, because that's not going to happen right away. So that's first. I hope that when this gets to where it's going, I hope they consider her for the job full time. Like I said, she deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. And to have a woman in that position would be fantastic. It would be fantastic for wrestling. Imagine the huge step in pro wrestling that would be to have a female CEO of one of the largest wrestling companies in the world, if not the largest. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. So I hope that when the smoke clears, like Jeff said, I hope that Vince does realize it's time to step away, and that Stephanie does take over. To me, I don't think there's anyone better suited for it. Shane is not around. I don't think Shane wants to be around. Yeah. I think he made that clear, Jeff. He doesn't seem like he wants the business.
Yeah.
Some people mention Triple H. Again, with his health concerns and stuff, I'm sure he'll work behind the scenes like he was. But I don't know that he necessarily wants the business either. So I think I'm pretty happy with that choice, and I hope that she gets it. I hope she keeps it. Okay, let me just see what some people in the chat are saying. Steph is just a figurehead. Vince is still really giving the orders if Shane was put in charge. I don't know, Graham. I don't know. Steph's a pretty. Listen, I have faith in Stephanie McMahon. I think she's pretty tough, and I don't think Vince. And again, guys, realize this too. And I'm not speaking because I was ever a stockholder or a shareholder or anything like that. I'm not. But I've seen enough of higher ups with companies that I've worked with through the years to know about some of this stuff. I'm sure Jeff's seen it in his life too. So it's just a very weird thing. But when the shareholders, here's a big thing that you can all take away from this. Shareholders all hold a share of the company. That's why they're called shareholders. Stocks and things. Vince and that family sold off some of their shares. Now, if Vince sold off a majority where he was not a majority holder anymore, and we don't know all this, but if he was not the majority holder, the stockholders can force him out. They would have more stock in his company than he does, and they could say, you're out. And then, at that point, these are the people who control this, okay? This is in the hands of very high up people and businessmen. And it's all way above my pay grade. So we don't know where this is going to go, how it's going to turn. They could do what they call a payoff. They could give Vince a big sum of money to basically step away and say, here you go. Goodbye. Thank you for your service, but goodbye. So we don't know how that's going to go. And like I said, it's going to be a while until we find out. Mark says, I have a question about Sasha, but it ties to the story. We know that Sasha and Naomi had a disagreement with creative about the tag team division and walked out without the belts. My question, do you think Sasha left because she knew there was stuff going on within the WWE? She didn't want to be a part of the structure any longer. No, I don't think so. I think that Sasha and Naomi left for personal reasons. I don't think it was anything more. No, I don't think anyone would have been privy to this except for the people who are up high on the ladder. Stephanie, maybe, but I don't think any of the wrestlers would have been privy to it. No. No, I don't think so. Not that easy to remove someone who has around 80% of Class B. Right. So, and again, if he's got the majority of the shares still, and the board doesn't have that many, well, then yes, it's going to be very difficult to put him out. So yes. And listen, they could also, Jeff, he could turn this around. He could try to pawn this off on other people. I mean, the other names that were mentioned, Laurinaitis and Dunn, Vince could say, I never told them to pay her off. I never gave that order. They took that upon themselves.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out, and I don't want to assume. Will we find out who the mystery woman is that had the affair with Vince, or will her name stay anonymous? Somebody in the chat already said that it's been out there.
But it needs to be anonymous unless she wants to be.
Yes.
That's what needs to happen.
Yes.
We don't need to know her name unless she wants us to know it.
You put people's lives in danger at that point too, and you don't want to do that. Yes, Dave Hebner passed away today. Absolutely, yeah, definitely a legend, and yeah, thoughts and prayers, of course, to his family. Yeah, Hall of Fame referee. Do you think this could have been a play by Nick Khan to take? No. People are assuming that Nick Khan's going to take over. I don't think that that's necessarily going to be the case either. So I don't know that that's necessarily true. And again, we're way too early in the stages to know what's going to happen with that. Listen, whenever something like this happens, the whole situation is just very sad. It's very sad for, the stuff that's going on within their family now. Remember, they're multi-billionaires, but they have families. And this involved a wife and a husband who are now estranged. This involved a son and a daughter, and all of that. So you have to consider that too. He's a larger-than-life personality. They all are. Stephanie is, and Linda was for a little while too when she was on the show, and she was in politics. So this is very difficult on their family, and sometimes we have to realize they're larger than life personalities, but they're people, and so it's not going to be easy for any of them, and I don't know, Jeff. I guess all we can hope for is that that it plays out fairly for everybody concerned. And, that, again, like you were saying, maybe it's just time. Vince isn't going to go on forever. He it's not going to be staying around until he's in his 80s. So maybe he'll sit down and realize, I've made some mistakes in my life. We all have. And this was stupid. And now look what it did to my life and my family. And maybe it's time for me to step away. So, Stephanie should put Paul Heyman as a writer of WWE WSJ article on Stephanie McMahon's position. I'm late for checking in from work to say, what's up? Hey, Swag fan, how are you? I feel bad for the McMahon grandchildren, Mrs. McMahon. I have a friendly acquaintance who met Linda, and she's a really, really nice lady. It's like I said, there's always, the woman, the accuser, and what she had to put up with, and now their families. And what they have to deal with. So never going to be an easy thing. Jeff, any final thoughts? Like, where do you think that? I mean, where do you think this is going to go? What are your final thoughts on the situation?
I think that honestly, this is going to open up a lot more than anyone probably anticipates, and I think you could see a lot of people involved in this that maybe you didn't know were involved. And honestly, if any of this is true, then those people should be gone and not a part of WWE anymore, and that includes Vince. If everything that has been alleged is true, he shouldn't be around anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you can't. You make a mistake. People make mistakes, but you can't just assume because you have billions of dollars that you can purchase someone's being quiet and telling them to shut up, basically, and I'm going to pay you off. That is wrong. Very, very wrong. And, you know, and you're going to, let me just say this, guys, too. You're going to see some disgusting things on Twitter. You're going to see some disgusting things in the socials. You're going to see, you know, whenever something like this comes out, you're going to see people that are going to go right away and say, oh my God, how could she do this? You know, she's wrong. And you know, this woman should take her money and just be quiet. And just, you're going to see some really gross stuff because people just don't want to believe that they're heroes, which, you know, Vince is Vince, but he does, you know, he did make the WWE what it is. And so there's probably a lot of people who were fans of his and who look up to him. So, you know, we all laugh about him and poke fun and make jokes and stuff like that. But look, he created a big empire here, and you know, he's a role model. So there will be people that will defend him, and I've seen it already in just a couple of posts that I put out on Twitter about it. And their people are already taking sides. So you're going to see some gross stuff. And yeah, so just be aware. And if my only advice would be just let it go. Don't get into it. Don't try to argue a point. Let them say what they want to say. You're going to just see a lot of gross stuff. You're going to see a lot of WWE haters are going to climb on bandwagons and say, I told you so's, and say, you know, all that kind of stuff. You're going to see all that too. And really, it really doesn't even mean, there's nothing to do with that. This is not company versus company, wrestling versus wrestling. This is a very sad event that ruined people's lives, and someone made a very grave mistake. Like Jeff said, if it is true, he did something very, very, very foolish and very, very, very stupid, and he will pay for it if he finds out, and he has already. So Paul D says, I'm glad I barely go on social media. Nothing is for sure, obviously, until they reach a decision in the trial. And again, we don't even know. That trial could last. Oh my God, trials can go months, years. Trials can go years. So, I just, like I said, I think to sum it all up, I think I just found it really odd the way he came out tonight. I think I find it really odd how that was how it was perceived a little bit. So yeah, I'd love to know. Yeah, and I know we won't hear about it, but I'd love to know what some of the talent's opinions would be through all this. And I'm sure there'll be time for them to probably they'll have people talking to them. I'm sure the employees of the company. They will be talked to about this as well. So lots of stuff can come out within the next year. Yeah. Want to see Sasha in AEW. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be going around now too. We'll see. All right. Well, listen, guys, we just wanted to come out. We wanted to chat a little bit about this because obviously it's a big deal. They got enough court stuff. MLW, XFL commissioner now. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So, but yeah, we wanted to just come out, address it, just get our thoughts out there about it. And that was pretty much it. We didn't want to take up too much of your time tonight because we normally don't come out on a Friday night, but We will take this opportunity to look at some happier things, though, Jeff, because we are 2 days away from Slammiversary, and I'm excited. So don't forget to come out and see us on Sunday night, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is time for Slammiversary. And Jeff, guess what? Dixie Carter got announced that she's going to be there today. Dixie Carter is going to be at Slammiversary. Look at Jeff's face.
All right.
Dixie is going to be at Slammiversary.
Oh,
so, yes. Yes, Dixie will be there. So, yes, don't miss Slammiversary. No, not Dixie Carter.
wow.
James Chadwick posted it on Twitter, and I had to post a nice picture of Dixie for him. Yes, Dixie will be there. Well, come on. Kind of knew that was going to be the case. But yes, she is going to be there. So make sure you get it on Fight TV. That's the only way you're going to be able to watch it if you're going to come and watch it along with us. So make sure you pick it up on Fight TV. Come out on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and enjoy the show. It should be awesome. It's got some great matches. We have been looking forward to this for a long, long time. So those of you who come out and watch Impact with us, don't forget to come out on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. and watch the event with us. If you haven't and you're not usually watching Impact, come out and check it out because it's absolutely awesome. And Slammiversary is usually one of their best shows of the year, so don't miss it. Come out and check it out. All right. No announcement on number 5. There will not be, James, until the actual day of the show. So until the actual match, that's when they will announce who number 5 is. There is no announcement about it yet. No. All right, guys. So there you go. That's it from Jeff and myself. We thank you for coming out with us tonight and talking a little bit about all these goings on. And the next time we will see you will be Slammiversary night, 7:30 p.m. on Sunday night, right here on our channel. Before we go, I have to give you a status update. I think we are, hold on. I think we're 7 subs away from 29. So 107 subs will get us to 3,000. 107 subs will get us to 3,000. So if you did not sub, make sure you do. Throw up a like on the stream and hit the notifications button as well. And hopefully we'll see you all on Sunday night for Slammiversary. Have a great rest of your night, guys. We will talk to you all on Sunday night. Take care. Stay safe. Be kind to one another. We'll talk to you all soon. Night, everybody.